Okay, I promised you that I would bring you a little bit of a OneNote lesson. So I'm going to make a couple videos because I don't think I'll have the capability to show you too much with OneNote on Thursday. I won't have access to this computer that I'm using on Thursday night. So I'm in Teams because, again, remember, Teams is a hub, it's a host, and it's hosting all the different apps that Microsoft has to offer. So in Teams, we're going to call OneNote Class Notebook. And when your students join Teams, your class notebook roster list is populated. It's really very cool. And that's something that they just started doing about 2 years ago. So I'm going to stay in the general tab, although I do want to show you that if you go into notes in a unit channel, it will bring you into something like it will bring you OneNote. It's just your experience is just going to look a little different. So I like to stay in the general tab when using OneNote. I love OneNote. It's kind of been my jam for a long time. But I just want to show you a couple of things. The thing that makes OneNote a little bit difficult is one, it's a very robust program, and two, it really should be used in the browser, but I might go back and forth with that as I talk to you tonight. So let me just make this video short and sweet. This is your class notebook, but here's what you need to know. Student notebooks. This is a space that's just for your student and you. You can see it and the student can see it, but no other student can see it. So if I take Gilberto here, in his notebook, I can see his class notes. He can see his class notes, but that is all. In the content library, which I have grown to love, the content library is something that I can only have access to. So it's a read-only space. So I can write, but the kids cannot write on it, but I can push it out to them, or I can just keep it in the content library. I call the content library, think about it as like a worksheet or a handout that you give to the kids that's not intended to necessarily be written on. You can take notes on it, but it's not necessarily something that needs to be written on and turned in. So here's what I really like about the content library. Let's say this is a perfect example, the Columbian Exchange, right? I put this up on the board, we talk about it, we go through those questions, and then we answer them, we highlight together in class. Now, it's in the content library. It's not in each and every one of their binders. But what I love about this is that I can then right click on it and notice that I'm not getting a full capability here. So I'm going to open an app. And let's see if this will open for me. I'm using Screencast-O-Matic while we wait. I really kind of like it. I've used it at school. I think I mentioned that I love the smartboard recorder, and I use that at school mostly. So let's hope that this opens up for us and we can connect to my school account. So I believe this is something that could be possibly found on your desktop. My husband doesn't have it on his desktop, but many of you will say to me, I have it on my desktop. So here we go. We're going into a much more robust experience with OneNote, and you're going to be able to do a lot, hopefully soon. And here we go. Okay. So I am going to click on that, right click on that, and now I can move the copy and I can put it in everyone's binder. I can distribute that. So I can, from Martin's period only, I can put it in every single one of their notebooks, and I can copy it. So it's like amazing. So we'll copy it and we'll put it right in there. Okay, so I could do that right from the board, let's say. The collaboration space. This is something that the students can see, you can see, everyone has access to, everyone can go into. No one has hands off, right? So I do a lot of work, group work in here. I didn't this year, apparently, but I do a lot of group work in here, and I'll have them name their groups, and they know to just go into their group. Again, this is just in my period one. This is where I'm housing that. Okay. I think I'm going to end this here. That's kind of a lot of information, and then I'm going to make a different video.